The thing is, I don't know how to properly start this channel out or this video out, but I just felt that it's important for me to get this message out because I truly believe that it's something that can change your life tremendously, because it's definitely changed mine. And that's around how to stop breaking promises to yourself. And these aren't some grand sort of frameworks or solutions, but it's some simple things you can do, some simple habits that you can do on a daily basis or multiple times during the day that can really help you keep you in the loop of keeping promises to yourself, even the smallest ones. And I do believe that the smallest promises are the most important, are super important, because everything else can build from there. You can make bigger and bigger promises from the tiniest of promises that you keep to yourself. And it's keeping those tiny promises that builds up momentum so that you can change your life dramatically. And this year, 2026, is the year that I believe that you will change your life. And you have to make that commitment, and it all starts with one small, simple promise, and keeping that promise every single day, every single month, every single year. So the first thing that I want you to do is, the first thing that I did was, I did some visualization. It's a very simple thing, but it works. I want you to envision yourself, let's say 3 to 5 years from now, and you kept that promise to yourself every single day. What type of a person will you be? If you kept the promise to yourself. So let's say, for example, you have the commitment of walking a mile a day, or you make a promise to yourself that I'm going to walk a mile a day. It's a simple promise, it's a small promise. But imagine if you kept that promise to yourself every single day for the next 3 to 5 years. I can almost guarantee that your life will change, because everything else stems from that. You can make bigger promises if your brain is reassured that yes, I can keep a simple promise. And yes, there's always bad days. For instance, it might rain, it might snow, it might hail, and you might not be able to walk a mile a day. You might not be able to keep that promise to yourself, but you can always find an alternative, like doing 5 push-ups, or 5 push-ups, or even just 1 push-ups for those really tough days or mentally taxing days. And those days will come, but they're there just to test you. They're there just to test you, to test that consistency. But it's pushing past those with those small tiny promises, all those alternatives that you put in place of just doing 1 push-up a day on that day, instead of doing your regular mile that you wanted to do. But I guarantee you, if you keep that promise to yourself every single day, you'll change as a person. Your life will literally change. Because if you get into the habit of keeping promises to yourself and not breaking them, it's almost like conditioning your mind and your brain to say that yes, I can achieve anything I want, I can achieve anything that I set my mind to. And the last point that I wanted to talk on or elaborate on was the importance of keeping tiny promises. There's no need for you to make grand promises, but just start with the tiny ones that you know that you can control. Like, for example, adding 1 glass of water a day, or adding a couple of more vegetables to your dish a day. Small tiny shifts, small tiny promises, but over the long term, if you're consistent, they have drastic effects on your life as a whole. So this was just a small video that I wanted to make because I truly believe that it's something that can make a difference. And start today. Pick a small promise today that you know that you can keep. And I've got a small worksheet down in the description below that you can print it out, you can, sort of put it on the wall somewhere just to remind yourself the importance of keeping that promise, because it's an act of self-service, it's an act of self-love, and it's going to give you dividends later on. You don't realize it now, you don't see it now, but it's going to pay off in the long term, big time. So please, make a commitment today, pick one small promise, and just stick with it. Thank you for your time, and I wish you all the very best. I'll see you in the next video.